We hear about artificial intelligence all the time, and it can feel pretty abstract, right? But what happens when that tech isn't just in a lab, but starts showing up in places we all depend on, like our local hospital? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into.
And look, this isn't just some far-off idea. The vision is coming straight from the top. The Prime Minister has made it clear. AI is being looked at as a major tool to fundamentally change how the country runs. It's a huge statement, for sure, but what does that actually look like on the ground?
So to really get a grip on what this means in practice, we're not going to start with algorithms or data. Nope. We're going to start with a situation that, well, it might be a little too familiar for some of us. Just waiting around in a hospital.
It's one of those things that just doesn't make sense, right? The doctor's told you you're good to go, you feel fine, you're just ready to get home, but you're stuck. Turns out the holdup isn't always medical. A lot of the time it's just paperwork.
It all boils down to this fundamental conflict. A doctor's #1 job, their absolute priority, is treating sick people. But before you can go home, that same doctor has to stop everything and fill out a bunch of forms. So when the hospital is swamped, that paperwork becomes this massive bottleneck. And that's why people end up waiting.
So what's the fix? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. That exact bottleneck is now the focus of a pretty incredible new experiment, and it's all powered by AI.
And this isn't just a theory in a white paper. It's happening right now in the real world. A specific AI platform is being tested at this hospital trust in London to see if it can crack this very specific problem.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's basically a 3-step process. First, the AI scans through all the patient's records and pulls out all the key information. Then, it uses all that data to write a first draft of the discharge summary. But, and this is the really crucial part, the AI never has the final say. A real human doctor or nurse has to review it, check it, and sign off on it. The human is always in control.
And let's be super clear about this discharge summary. This thing is the golden ticket home. It's the official document, and without it, you're not going anywhere. That's why figuring out a way to speed up this one piece of paper could be such a game changer.
All right, so if this AI tool really works, what does that actually mean? What are the real-world benefits? This is where you start to see the potential ripple effect.
You can see the domino effect they're aiming for, right? If doctors spend less time on forms, they get more time with patients. If people get discharged faster, they get home to their families sooner. And, this is so critical for the NHS, it frees up a hospital bed for the next person who really needs it. And this is exactly how the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, is framing it. This isn't just a little tweak to be more efficient. He sees it as a core part of building a modern NHS, one that can actually start tackling those huge backlogs we're always hearing about.
Okay, so that hospital trial is pretty cool, but it's not some one-off project happening in a bubble. It's actually just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. It's one of several AI exemplars being rolled out.
And when you look at the other examples, you start to see a really clear pattern. It's not just hospitals. Over in the probation service, they're using AI to transcribe meetings, to cut down on note-taking time. In physiotherapy, an AI-powered app is helping manage patient care. In every single case, the goal is the same. Use AI to handle the repetitive, admin-heavy work so the human experts can focus on the stuff that actually requires their expertise.
And get this, that physio app, the results are, well, they're kind of staggering. In one trial, it managed to cut the waiting list for people with back pain in half. 50%. That is a massive impact.
So you see all these individual wins, and then you hear from the technology secretary, Peter Kyle, and it all clicks into place. He sees these pilots as building blocks for a much bigger idea, using tech to create a state that's just smarter and more efficient from the ground up.
And this isn't just about making things run a little smoother. We're talking about a huge number. The government thinks that if this is done right, across all public services, it could unlock £45 billion in productivity gains. That's a massive amount of money that could be shifted from paperwork to progress.
So what's the big takeaway here? The potential is obviously huge. This tech could clear backlogs, save money, and let professionals do the jobs they were actually trained to do.
But it also leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? As we build this smarter state, how do we make sure we get the balance right? The balance between the incredible efficiency of an algorithm and that essential, irreplaceable human touch.